In this video, we're going to find derivatives using power rule, and I'm actually doing daily problem 1.5 daily problem. This is something that we just went over today, but in case you need some help working on these three problems, in this video I will go over all three of them in I guess details. Okay, all right, let's differentiate this. Y equals, I have 1 2 3 4 terms, and out of those 4 terms, some of them looks like they need to be rewritten. So what I'm doing is, this one looks looking fine, but take a look at this one. This is 2 times cube root of x, right? I'm going to rewrite that. I'm going to rewrite that as 2 times x to the 1/3 power, okay? I'm rewriting some of these terms again so that I can use the power rule, okay? The third term is what? Plus. Now, I am working on this guy. 1 over 3. It says 1 over 3. But, there is x squared in the bottom of the fraction, right? So what I can do is I can, rescue that guy out of the denominator and just make that exponent of 2 a negative 2. So this is really 1/3 times x to the negative 2nd power. A very common mistake though. I see this like every semester. Whenever I give this problem, a lot of students want to write this as 3x to the negative 2nd power. But you see, the coefficient is really 1/3. So we're not really, and the exponent for 3, I guess, is just 1. So 1/3 stay as 1/3. 1/3 stay as 1/3. It's just the x. It's just the x squared in the denominator that we're going to change to x to the negative 2nd power. So hopefully you're okay with why it is 1/3 times x to the negative 2nd power. All right, let's take a look at the very last one. It's just square root of 5. Now notice I'm not going to write 5 square root of 5 as 5 to the 1/2 power. I mean, okay, that's true, but this is just a constant. So I'm not going to rewrite. I'm not going to be able to use the power. I'm not using the power rule. This is just a constant. This is just a constant. And remember, derivative of any constant, I don't know, like any constant k, is just going to be 0. So square root of 5, that's if I take y prime. If I take y prime now, let's do that. The last one will just go straight to 0. This is just going to be 0. But anyways, let me do it one step at a time, okay? So first one, 3x to the 5th power. Remember the power rule. Multiply that power or exponent to this, the coefficient of 3. So I will get 3 times 5, 15, x to the 4th power. Go down by 1. The original exponent was 5, so go down 1. Always subtract 1 from the original. So 5 goes to 4, okay? So look, I did the first one. Let's do the second one. Plus, I need to bring this 1/3 down and multiply to this 2. So 2 times 1/3 is what? It's going to be 2/3. 2/3, right? Let me erase this. And it's going to be x to the. Now, I need to subtract 1 from this 1/3. 1/3 minus 1 is 1/3 minus 3 over 3, which is negative 2/3. So the new power is negative 2/3. Okay, let's keep going. Next term, multiply the exponent, the power. What should I call? Well, I'll just call it exponent or power, whatever. 1/3 times negative 2, that's going to be negative 2 over 3x. And if I go down 1 from negative 2, negative 3, not negative 1, but negative 3, I have to go down 1. And lastly, this is just a constant, right? So derivative of any constant is just going to be 0. So that's it. I found it out. Now, that is okay. I guess I'm just not going to write this plus 0 there. But if you want to simplify this, 15x to the 4th power is perfectly fine. I mean, I don't see the reason. I mean, you can stop right here. We don't have to simplify this because Okay, why not? If you try to rewrite it in a different form, you can write it as 2 over 3 times cube root of x squared. So it's not any better than what I used to have, but why not? And the next one will be 2 over 3 times x cube. I think this one is better. So just leave your answer in either exponential or radical forms, but you can really stop at this point right there. That's looking really good. So that's it for number 1. The key is to rewrite some of these things so that you can apply the power rule, and that involves rewriting like square root or cube root, any of these radical expressions. Like if you have things like 4th root of x, you don't want to leave it like that. You want to write it as x to the 1/4 power so that you can apply the power rule. Okay. Let's see. Number 2. Now this is similar to the driving problem that we did today. This time a bicyclist. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Okay, so this person riding a bicycle is that person's distance traveled in miles. T hours after starting a ride. T hours after starting a ride is given by g of t equals 14 square root of t plus t over 3. How many hours is this person riding a bicycle for? Hours. Find the distance traveled and velocity at t equals 2 hours. So we are given what t is. Now first, the easy part, let's do that one. Let's do the distance traveled. And we're given the distance function. They said here is the distance function, distance traveled. So if I want to know how much this person traveled, all I need to do is just plug in 2 into the function, g of 2 equals 14 times square root of 2 plus 2 over 3. I don't need a scientific calculator. So it's not a perfect square, so I'll just type this into my scientific calculator. If I turn my iPhone around like horizontally, I think I see more functions. Okay, I see it. So it's gonna be, guys, you have a scientific, you know what? Let me open up now. Okay, 14 times square root of 2, and then what was it, plus 2 over 3? 2 over 3? I think it was that, right? I hope I typed in the right thing. Okay, I got 20.47 miles. 20.47 miles. I don't trust myself. So let me take a screenshot of this, and then I will go ahead and copy this into my note. Guys, I'm having so much fun with my new iPad. Okay, where was I? Right here. Look at this, I can insert an image. Where is it? This may be it. Now you know the reason I took a screenshot of it is because I want to make sure if I typed in the right thing. 14 square root of 2. Oh yeah, I got it right. So the answer is going to be, oh dear, I cut it. It's going to be 20.47, I'll just round up, miles. I'll just delete it now. That's pretty far in 2 hours. Wow. Wow, pretty fast. Okay, now what's next? Because, you know, right after I answer this question, I'm like, how fast is this person going? I mean, you know, sometimes you're riding a bicycle. At one moment, you got so much energy, you're riding really, really fast, so your speed is so fast. But then, like, you get tired, so you're not as fast as... So, you know, the speed can vary at any given moment. So what they're asking is velocity at t equals 2. So it's velocity, it's like speed, speed to go to a certain direction. So velocity at t equals 2. How fast is this person going? In order to find velocity, guess what we have to find? We have to find the derivative. Let's find g prime of t. Find the g prime of t, and then we're going to plug in 2 into that g prime of t, okay? All right. So if g of t is 14 times t to the 1/2 power, did you just see that? I am rewriting that square root as raised to the 1/2 power, and then plus 1/3 times t. I just separated these as 1/3 t. Okay, but now I'm ready to use the power rule, g prime of t. Multiply this 1/2 to this coefficient. Half of 14 is 7. And the new exponent will go down by 1. So if you subtract 1/2 minus 1, that's negative 1/2. And then I'm going to have plus. Now, remember in class we talked about the derivative of any linear term, like any number times x. It's just going to be that number. Because why? Using the power rule, I'm bringing down that exponent of 1. So I'm doing 1 times 1/3, right? So 1/3 is the coefficient. And if t, it used to be to the first power, but if you go down by 1, it's going to be t to the 0 power, right? And anything to the 0 power is just 1. It's just 1. So we're doing 1/3 times 1, which is just 1/3. So that's just gone. I don't have much time, guys. My baby is cooing. I think she's about to wake up. All right, let's keep going. So now I'm about to plug in 2 here. G prime of 2 equals 7 times 2 raised to the negative 1/2 power plus 1/3. Well, that's the same thing as 7 times 1 over square root of 2 plus 1/3, right? Same thing. I'm just going to type this into a calculator because if someone says, this bicyclist is going at this speed with the square root, what does that even mean, right? Let's go ahead and find this answer in a decimal form. 7 over square root of 2 plus 1/3. Okay. 7 over square root of 2 in the bottom of the fraction. Where did that go? Oh, 7 over. I lost my square root function. It was hanging out right there. Okay, I'll just have to do 2 raised to the 1/2 power then. Okay, and then plus 1/3. I lost my fraction bar. So silly. I wonder if that's going to work out okay. Just to be careful, let me put parentheses around it, 1/3. I just want a fraction answer. I'm sorry, decimal answer. So 5.283. 5.283. Guys, if you're watching this and you're like, oh, she's making a mistake, that's not right, please write me an email so that I can, take this embarrassing video off YouTube if I made a mistake. All right, let me keep going. Now, let's put the unit here. So velocity, she or he is going 5.2, about like 5 miles per hour. That's it, 5 miles per hour. Not that fast, right? Okay, but that's how you would do number 2, finding the distance by plugging in 2 into the original function, and finding the velocity by plugging 2 into the derivative function. All right, very last one, number 3. Find an equation of a tangent line. That is a line that is tangent to the curve f of x equals 1 over 5x. First of all, I don't like the look of this guy. I'm going to rewrite this as f of x equals x to the negative 5th power. X to the negative 5th power. But remember, I always do this in class. Whenever I ask you to find equation of a line, please remember that you just need these 3 inputs. You need m, x, and y. You need m, x, and y. And I think I'm giving you x. X is negative 2. If x is negative 2, how would you find the y value? You can find y by plugging in that input of negative 2 into the function. So f of negative 2 is 1 over negative 2 to the 5th power. That's going to be 1 over. If you multiply 2 5 times, what's that going to be? That's 4. That's 4. 16 times 2, 32. So, but hold on. That's gonna be what? Negative 32, right? Because we're multiplying negative 2 by odd number times. So y value is not the nicest, but okay. 1 over 32, or negative 1 over 32. But that's how you can find the y value. Plug in that x value into the function. Now, in order to find the slope, this is where that fun calculus comes in. If I want to find the slope, can you see that I love drawing arrows? I got arrows everywhere. Maybe I should stop drawing so many arrows. In order to find the slope, I need to find the derivative, because derivative is what we're going to use to find the slope of the tangent line. So find f prime. Find f prime. F prime of x. Using the power rule, bring down the exponent down. Negative 5 x to the, what's the new exponent? Go down by 1, okay? Don't go up by 1. If you go down, what's 1 smaller than negative 5? Negative 6. So we got it. Now I'm ready to find the slope. Slope is going to be the answer that I get by plugging in the given x value, x is negative 2, into this derivative function. Negative 5 times negative 2 to the negative 6 power. I don't want to bring up my calculator. I'm just going to try to do this myself. That's negative 5 over negative 2 to the 6th power in the denominator. I just did that negative 2 to the 5th power is negative 32. So I just need to multiply 32 by 2 one more time to go from 5th power to 6th power. So that's going to be 64. But since we're taking an even power, that's going to turn into a positive 64. So the slope is negative 5 over 64. Negative 5, not with the highlighter. Negative 5 over 64. If I get these kind of answers on my exam or on my classwork, I will be like, did I do this right? It looks so bad. But okay, I think we're okay. Let's do the point slope form. And look at that. I'm asking you to write the equation in point slope form. So we don't have to write this in slope intercept form. Point slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay? X1 is negative 2. Y1 is negative 1 over 32. Let's do this. Y minus negative 1 over 32. But minus negative, I'm just going to write this as a plus. So the left side of the equal sign is y plus 1 over 32. M is negative 5 over 64. Open parenthesis. And let's do x minus negative 2. But again, minus negative, that's just going to be plus. So that is it. Let me go ahead and box my answer. That is the final answer for number 3. I hope this video helped. I'm probably going to try to record another one, 1.6, before everybody in my family comes back home. But alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and share this video with you guys on Canvas.